I think they expect you to be perfect either because they were or because they weren't, and they want you to be because they hope that you'll be a bigger and better person than they were. But, no one's perfect. There's something wrong with everyone.
No one's capable of 4.0 all the time. I mean, some people are, yes, but I'm not, of course, that's for sure. I mean, my dad thinks I should get better grades than I do. I don't get good grades at all. I should. I know I can. I have made it on the honor roll before, and I wish I was still there.
My parents expect me to be a really great person when I grow up, but will that happen? I really don't know.
The thing about perfection is there's no such thing as perfection, because everybody wants to be perfect. Everybody sometimes thinks that they're perfect, but honestly they're not. And with parents, they just want their kid to be a straight A student. They want to go to college and they want to have a good job.
Knowing about your teacher's interests will help you get to know him or her more in depth, which is the basis for an effective professional relationship. Teachers are human beings too. If they are not shown respect, they will likely not show you respect back.
I'm not scared of the teachers because I've found that the most helpful aid for me in high school is realizing that your educators are real people and not like these Draculas that sleep in a coffin in the middle of the classroom at night and don't go home to their real lives. They're real people and they were just like us back in the day. And so if you can connect to teachers on a personal level, they're going to be very willing to help you in most cases.
You respect, I think, everything about them. What they do, how they act, you talk to them in kind of like a loving, caring tone. You don't, like you said, talk down to them or anything.
When students show genuine interest, teachers will most likely be willing to talk, to meet with, and address any issues students have. However, students that show a lack of interest, disrupt classes, don't complete assignments, skip classes, or show no interest in their academic career are often left behind.
If they didn't, they'd be going down the same path their whole life, and by taking chances, you broaden your horizons and your perspectives on things.
My counselor actually helped me a lot with my classes. She helped me to get the credits I needed to be able to graduate, and I was going to go to a university before I changed my mind, and she helped me get all the grades that I needed to get to be able to get into university.
If you need to be out of school for medical or other reasons, let your teacher know. And it's your responsibility to make up the work for missed classes. Don't expect your teacher to hunt you down or take class time to fill you in.
If you're having an issue, of course, if you're absent for a week of school, it's well, you don't know what happened. And they're like, well, you need to make up all this work and stuff.
I've been sick a lot lately, and I haven't been doing my best in school, but I would like to get back up to where I was.
It was pretty hard because you have to do the extra work, and when you play sports, it's just about impossible to get caught up, especially when all that work is just piling up on you, and it's really hard to funnel it out. It's really hard.
If you find that you are wrong or have made a mistake, apologize. We all make mistakes, but how you handle it will affect how the teacher views you.
I think responsibility makes you a better person, and high school is really important because you're learning how to be an adult, how to be a person in the world that makes a difference. And you can't do that when you just blow things off.
If you don't do your homework, it's your responsibility because you're your own person and you have to be responsible for yourself.
I pay attention. I just sit there and I just be quiet and people talk to me and then he just says, go to the office. Well, let's go to the office. I don't learn. And then he doesn't help me on the homework, so I don't do the homework. Well, it's my responsibility, but how can I do something when I don't know how to do it?
As a school counselor, I feel like our biggest job is to provide opportunities for students to be challenged, with the kind of positive stress, to be ready to take on those opportunities and hopefully make some great discoveries along the way.
I think teens need to learn how to listen more, because I know a lot of teens are very headstrong, I think is the word, where they have an opinion and they stick to it.
I'm not going to see these people probably the rest of my life after high school. So I might as well enjoy while I'm here and,
Just learning about like your limitations and just learning to be on your own and an individual. And I think it's a good thing that you learn this in high school.
I give them suggestions back and I say, well, we could do this or we could do this. This would be really fun. It's educational or whatever. And like, I don't really fight with them, but we just kind of have a discussion that's kind of equal on both sides.
By following these simple guidelines, you will be able to establish a positive working relationship with your teacher. Remember, it's up to you to achieve.
I think the importance of communication is to make sure that people act based on what they know to be true for themselves, and they ultimately are able to clearly communicate and say what they need to say and learn to listen and be able to come up with positive solutions. I mean, if we can't do that as a society, we have a real problem.
Your high school education is just a stepping stone for what your future holds. Make the best of it.
Studies have shown that people who are more confident in themselves attract more people. Well, if you do something that doesn't make you feel confident about yourself or you feel good about yourself, then you're not going to gain confidence. If you do something that someone else wants you to do, but then you don't feel good about it, you're not going to attract that person in the first place that says, I think you should do this, because you don't have that confidence in yourself. If you are different and you do something that makes you feel good about yourself, that will attract people whether or not they like what you're doing. It's just because you're passionate about it and you feel empowered by that, not by what other people think.